Welcome back, Kiss Army, to another episode of We Are One. You wanted the best and you got the best. The hottest channel in the land. We Are One. Here I am and here you are. Welcome back to the Psycho Circus and welcome to the show, Kiss Army, as we dive into Kistery old and new. We Are One was designed to preserve Kistery for generations to come, featuring interviews old and new, and of course giving you the latest in Kiss news. So let's get ready to shout it out loud. Vinnie Vincent is, what an interesting guy Vinnie is. Vinnie disappears for years, comes back with a drastically change in appearance and apparently attitude, yet always ends up back to his same tricks, where he ends up canceling shows, and then he finally follows through on one, but we have not seen any footage from it. And Vinnie is reportedly doing a new show this year. However, his website does not indicate that at all, and the last one it shows is still the Let Freedom Rock Bash, which is the one that supposedly happened back in Nashville, Tennessee. So Gene has called Vinnie a loser, and despite the fact that Vinnie, once he first came back and first re-emerged a couple of years ago, or I guess 3 years ago at this point, started selling autographed photos and everything like that on his website for $50. And if you go there today, you'll see it for $150. And Gene made some rather harsh comments toward Vinnie during an interview with the Aquarian. Gene said that he has no interest to work with Vinnie Vincent again because he does not want to surround himself with, quote, losers. And then Gene also said that Vinnie is never going to be welcomed back on stage on the End of the Road tour, and that the closest he will get to the Kiss is simply buying a show ticket. However, with that being the case, Vinnie did not take too kindly to this. That being said, Vinnie caught wind of the statement and offered probably the classiest response imaginable that we could probably pick Vinnie for doing. Vinnie's response said, "I love and respect Gene Simmons like a brother and have nothing but the fondest of memories working with him and Paul Stanley. Ours was a very special chemistry. We made one heck of a great band, and the magic we made together is timeless. I am proud of our work and the songs we wrote that appeared on Creatures of the Night, Lick It Up, and Revenge albums that became Kiss classics and are staples of their live show today." You know, despite Vinnie's continually interesting character, this is true. Creatures, Lick It Up, and Revenge, all Creatures, you know, Lick It Up and Revenge. Paul has played Lick It Up in every show. Lick It Up, he essentially helped to co-write every song Gene on that album, and all of Gene's songs on Revenge pretty much. In Creatures, Vinnie gave some bombastic guitar playing. So Vinnie's got a leg to stand on musically. It's just seems to be Gene has more of an issue with his offstage appearance. The question Gene was asked was the following. Vinnie Vincent recently resurfaced following decades out of the public eye. You played a short acoustic set with him in Nashville back in early 2018. Any chance he could be welcomed back into the Kiss fold? Gene responds with the following. Listen, there's personal and there's business. It's worth stating that Vinnie has sued the band and lost 14 times. I'm not here to cast any aspersions. He's a talented guy. That's why he was in the band. But would I depend on him to get up on stage and do anything? Never. Another question came in. What about him having come up on stage and play, say, Lick It Up? It's worth noting that Vinnie was extremely involved with Lick It Up, and ironically that being the only album cover that Vinnie appeared on. Even with the reissue of Creatures, Vinnie did not end up appearing on that album. Cover-wise, that is. And what's interesting is Vinnie wrote, or co-wrote, the entire first side of Lick It Up. He co-wrote Exciter with Paul. He wrote Not for the Innocent with Gene. Him and Paul co-wrote Lick It Up and Young, and he co-wrote with Gene Young and Wasted. Co-wrote with Paul Gimme More. Had a credit on All Hell's Breaking Loose. Had a credit on A Million to One. And then he had a credit on And on the Eighth Day. The only two songs he didn't have a co-write on were Fits Like a Glove and Dance All Over Your Face, which were just exclusively attributed to Gene. Which is absolutely nuts, considering that that album went platinum and ended up at 24 on the US Billboard charts. And with that being the case, Vinnie, if it was going to play anything on stage, would be that album. Gene responded to the question about Vinnie playing Lick It Up saying, no, never. Never happening. No. How many times do you want to get sued before you say that's enough? Final question on this came in. So he's a guy that wouldn't even necessarily be welcomed as a guest at one of the End of the Road shows. Gene responded, can he come to the shows? Of course. Anybody can. But on stage? Never. So let me know what you guys think about Gene's comments about Vinnie in the comment section down below. Talk to me. And remember, God gave rock and roll to you, and God bless you.